Hello and welcome to another session of MCQs on basic macroeconomics. Today it is our session number 8 on basic macroeconomics, and our topic is circular flow of income two sector model. So let us proceed to our first question. Our first question is the market in which final goods and services are bought and sold is called. So you have to name the market in which final goods and services are bought and sold. And the options in front of you are factor market, product market, both factor market and product market, and none of the above. Now, if you have watched the lecture on circular flow of income, you know the goods that proceed from business sector or firms or productive sector, they move to the household sector. They are actually bought by the household sector in a market which we call as product market. Okay, this is called as a product market. Now, sale of goods and services, final goods and services, takes place in the product market. So our answer to this MCQ is B option is the appropriate answer in this case. Our second question is spending of business sector to purchase factor services is called. So the expenditure incurred by the business sector while purchasing factors of production or factor services is called as. So the options are consumption expenditure, factor payment, revenue, and investment. So it is the business sector who provides what? Who gives money to the household sector for giving to business sector factors of production or factor services, and that very payment is called as factor payment. So the right answer is factor payment, which is the second option, B option, among the four options given for this question. Our third question is, if household sector keeps some portion of factor income without spending it, it is a case of. So the options are injections, leakages, both injections and leakages, none of the above. Now, the household sector receives factor income. It receives factor income, and it is this factor income that they spend on consumption, and that returns back to the business sector in the form of revenues. Okay, and the cycle of income, the circular flow of income continues, and the business sector gives to household sector this in the form of factor income. But if part of the factor income is taken off the circuit, if it is taken out from the circular flow, what will this case be called? It's a case of injections, it's a case of leakages, or both injections and leakages, or none of the above. This is called as, there's a case of leakages or withdrawals, because you are withdrawing some amount from the circular flow of income. So our right answer in this case is leakages, which is our second option, or B option. Our fourth question is, which of the following is a method of measuring national income? Now, while studying circular flow of income, business sector, household sector, and the relationship, financial relationship between them, and the relationship of goods and services and factor services between them, we learned where to calculate national income at 2-3 spots. We learned it earlier in the lecture. So now we have to identify which of those methods is given here, which comes among the methods of measuring national income. So the options given are expenditure method, income method, product method, all of the above. Now we employ expenditure method while the household sector spends its income, spends in the form of consumption expenditure to get goods and services. So that is the expenditure method over here. Then it is, we also have income method, which is when we measure the total factor income received by the household sector. Then we have the product method. It is the total value of goods and services produced in an economy, which is the case over here in the product market. And therefore all the three methods are the methods which are employed to measure national income. So our appropriate option in this case obviously will be all of the above. It is the D option in this case. Our fifth question is, flow of goods and services is called. So there is flow of money, there is flow of goods and services while a transaction takes place. What is the flow of goods and services called? So the options are real flow, nominal flow, transfer flow, or all of the above. Now we know when business sector produces goods and services, then they are utilized, they are used by the household sector, and goods move from the business sector towards the household sector, and then household sector gives factor services to the business sector. So we can say again the goods or factor services flow from factors of production flow from household sector to the business sector, and this flow is called as real flow, as opposite to the nominal flow when the money flows from household sector to business sector, and then to the household, from household sector business sector, and back to the household sector. So this is the real flow. Answer to our question is the first one. The last question in this session is, real flow and money flow occur in which direction or directions? So you have to find the directions of the flow of real income and money income in the circular flow process. So the options are same, the direction of flow is same. The second option is they move in opposite directions. The third is both same and opposite, and the last one is none of the above. Now if we focus on the flow, it is business sector or firms, and it is the household sector. Then goods move from business sector to the household sector, and then factors of production move from household sector to the business sector. So this is the flow, which is in this case taking place clockwise from business sector to the household sector and back to the business sector. But when we come to the nominal flow or money flow, then money flows from household sector to the business sector, okay, and from business sector to the back to the household sector. Now if we focus on this, the inner loop is what? It is real flow, and the outer loop is it is money flow, and we come to realize that the inner flow is clockwise and outer flow is anti-clockwise. Therefore the direction of flow for the real and money dimensions aspects of a transaction is opposite, as we have already discussed this thing in our lecture on circular flow of income in the two sector model. So our answer is the B option for this multiple choice question. I hope that you have enjoyed this session on the circular flow of income two sector model, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel Earnest Economics. Thank you very much.